The reality is God's people very much, oftentimes in America and throughout the world, I'm not just picking on Americans now, are spiritually anemic. We don't have much strength for the battle or when the difficult things come. We're not necessarily very deep in our walk. And when trouble comes and tribulation and difficulties and heartache and things happen, many times we're just very anemic and we don't have much stamina to work through the problem and the struggle and the difficulty. One might even say, which is even a worse condition in a lot of ways, the spiritual nature of America today is we're anorexic. We kind of have in our mind, maybe as we look into the mirror, that we look healthy and fine, when the truth of the matter is we are completely malnourished. We talk a lot about Facebook Christians. There's a lot of God talk in our society today, especially when there's a tragedy, when there's tornadoes in Oklahoma or a bombing in Boston or some kind of tragedy that happens. Some of the most godless human beings in society that have a spotlight and a public exposure, when asked about what are they doing when tragedies or events like that happen, whether it be a war or a tornado or something else, they're all praying. There's nothing in their life that would suggest that they have a reason to pray, but they're all praying at that point in time. You see, behavior matters. You can't be a child of God on Sundays only and an orphan Monday through Saturday. This is a journey that we have to take, where we have to walk it out and live it out every day. Your faith matters. Your behavior matters. Your obedience matters. And we need to decide right now in our hearts and our minds, before we're in that trial, who and what we're going to be and what we're going to stand for. Acts 2:42 says this: they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to the fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. And everyone was filled with awe, and many wonders and miraculous signs were done by the apostles. And all the believers were together and had everything in common. And selling their possessions and goods, they gave to anyone as he had need. And every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. And they broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. This is not a part-time gig. This is a 24/7 journey. Salvation is free. It's instantaneous when you give your life to Jesus Christ. But holiness, sanctification, living the life, becoming the disciple of Jesus Christ isn't a one-time thing. It's an ongoing journey, and you're never going to get there until you stand before Him and see Him face to face. And you've got to work it out every day. Anybody here besides me cram for tests when you were in college or anything like that? Any crammers? I was a master at cramming. You can't cram for this test. You have to absorb it and own it and develop on a daily basis. It's kind of like eating breakfast. You don't get up on Sunday morning and eat 7 bowls of cereal and then not eat breakfast the rest of the week. He says, that doesn't make sense. You eat a bowl every day, and that works out much better for you than eating all 7 bowls in once in a cram session. You see, you have to do this every day. This is a lifetime journey. And many of you are pretty anorexic, even though you've been in the church a long time, because you're doing your devotional list, but you're really not spending any time with it. You're just checking it off the box. You're praying, but you're not giving God any time to answer back and speak into your spirit. Maybe you're even showing up, but Monday through Saturday you're ignoring it and doing whatever you please. There's a battle going on. And sooner or later, you will be under attack. We need to prepare now to grow in that spiritual strength and spiritual authority so that when the battle comes, we can persevere to the end and see our way through.